everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hope that you are all doing well. So this is a bit of a funny video. So I've been doing my A to Z series of colouring, and I'm on H, and I'm also doing a completed colouring pages, and I want to do Hanna Karlzon and Hanna Lynn. So I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone, and I would do all of my completed pages, because all I've got for H is Hanna Lynn and Hanna Karlzon. And as I've said in my other videos, this is my A to Z. It's not like the ultimate guide or whatever. It's just what's come to mind for me when I think of the letter H. So we're going to look through my Hanna Lynn collection and my Hanna Karlzon collection. I'll show you all my completed pages. So we're going to start with Hanna Lynn. And so I've got 3 of the pocket books. So we'll start with Sweet and Simple, and I'll zoom you in for this, and then we'll gradually zoom out. So we'll flip from the back. So I normally colour in these with alcohol markers and then use pencils over the top. So this is the first one. I think I was still experimenting with skin tone when I did this, but I absolutely adore the hair. Kind of reminds me from Frenchie from Greece, when she dyes her hair pink. And I love the background with the dark blue and the glitter in it. That is, I think, a kind of galaxy glitter, I think it's called. And I've got a Chromatech glitter gel pen. I tend to do that with the borders, so that's that one. Then I've got this one. I think it's the first one I ever did in this book. I like the way the border, the sunset kind of graduates. Very cute one. This is one of my favourites. Yeah, I just went with a muted colour palette. Bit of sparkle in the hair. Again, I think it's some galaxy glitter in the background in pink. And I used some washi tape in like it's clear with golden stars and moons on it. Love that one. This was like a Easter one, and I put some confetti glitter in the background. This was probably from Mermaid last year. I just like the limited colour palette on that one. Got done more than I think in this book. Don't know when I did that, but I liked the orange and the teal together. That was probably from Mermaid as well. She does look like a mermaid. That's that one. Then this was from the Wizard of Oz, so I did a red sky and the Emerald City in the background. Then another one from the Wizard of Oz, the Tin Man, and I absolutely love the way this one turned out. I've got metallic glitter gel pen along some of the lines. Loved that one. And the Scarecrow, also really loved that one. I tend to like all of the Wizard of Oz ones. Not so keen on this one, but I do like the hair. The pig's quite cute. I've done quite a lot in this. And I like this one too. Again, I was still experimenting with skin tones. The skin tone isn't brilliant, but again, I absolutely love the hair. And pink and purple, like my trademark colour blend. So that's Sweet and Simple. Then we have Fierce and Fancy Fantasy Faces. It's such a mouthful, and I haven't done very many in this one because I've been concentrating on getting my Enchanted Faces done. So this one I did for Mermaid last year. There is some enchanted shimmer on the bath, make that sparkly, and again I went for my kind of pink and purple. This one's the first one I ever did in this book, a Tinkerbell. I love the way my berries turned out. And a little sparkle underneath her eyes. You just about make that out. That's my daughter, because my daughter was doing some in this book as well. That's my daughter's. That's her version, and this is my version. I love the way this top turned out, and skin colour is much better. And that's my daughter's version of the one in the clouds. That's all I've done in that book, so not very many. Then Enchanted Faces I have done rather more in, and I'm close to completing. So I'll give you a quick swizz through this one. Not sure kind of which way that one's meant to go, but definitely you can see the improvement in this. I started with skin, just doing alcohol marker skin with no kind of shading or colour on it, and then I've gone for pencil skin, and that's working for me much better. I like that one. Love the oranges and the reds. And that one's cute as well. Love the colours of that one. Very autumnal. That one's fairly recent, as is that one. As is that one. Yeah, some of these ones towards the back, this one's a fairly old one. Like that one though, like the pastel tones of it. I do really like some of the work I've done in here. But I still haven't mastered dark skin though. Definitely not. I'm working on that one at the moment. I like the red hair for that one. I like the washi tape for that one too, and the pale hair. That was one of my favourites. I used what are they called? Pearls. Something pearls. Can't remember the name of them. It's completely gone. I like that one as well. That one is my mermaid one. I've got to finish that one. That was one of the first ones I did in the book. I like that one with all the glitter. That one's a nice one. That's got glitter on the sea for that one. So it's been a real fun playing in this book with all the glitter and stuff. This one is like one of my least favourites. This one I think is my absolute favourite in this book. But there's so many nice colour combos. Again, another one that's not my favourite. That one was based on when the Olympics were in Paris and I did a red, white and blue. So that's Enchanted Faces. Then we move to the larger form book. So I'm just going to zoom it out. And we have Mermaids, Fairies and Other Girls of Whimsy. Now I think I got this out to do this month. This one I really enjoyed. It's got lots of glitter in the background for the waterfall. My daughter's got this book too and she's done quite a few. I like this one in Australia with the sunset in the background and there's lots of stickles in the clouds as well. I like the earthy tones that I've chosen. This one, again, this has got lots of stickles in. I like the green behind, offsetting like the kind of brightness of the fairy and the dinosaur or dragon, I think it is, I'm not sure. This one, I like the stickles and the something pearls. I can't remember what it is called. There we go. I think I probably did that one for Mermaid last year. There's that one with some washi tape around the outside. It was nice and simple. It's probably a TBC Silky Crayon background. I love this one with the pink sky. Absolutely adore it. And the kind of purpley black hair. I don't know if you can quite make that out on camera. This was probably one of my least favourite ones that I've done. I think I ended up just wanging glitter on it, and I think this Winsor & Newton iridescent medium, and there's definitely some enchanted shimmer on her dress as well. And then there's that one. Oh, that was definitely for Halloween. That one was very fun. I really enjoyed that one. I think I did this one as a body colour with my daughter. She did this one too, and I love the washi tape. Just goes so well with the colours I chose for the mermaid. This was the first one I ever did. It reminded me of my daughter. So I put a load of glitter on it and I had lots of fun. This one I really like too with the red hair. And that was one of the first ones I did as well. So you can really see where I've moved on Then we have Victorian Darlings, and I think I've just done one in here, and it was Little Miss. This reminded me of Little Miss Muffet, but there isn't a spider. And we've got lavender fields in where I live, so I wanted to do a lavender field, and this was a buddy colour, and I think it's with Knick Knack Colours. And my daughter's also doing the opposite page, and she started that one, and that's the only one I've done in that book. Then we have a Whimsy Girls Christmas colouring book. And I haven't done many in here either. I think my daughter's done more than me. She started that one. I did that one, I think this Christmas just gone. Really, really loved this one. It was so much fun. I just loved the hair. I loved the sparkle on the snow. I just loved that one. It was so much fun. I did this one the Christmas before. Again, lots of sparkle, lots of glitter. I went for purple and green rather than red and green, which was also really nice, non-traditional. Then I did this one. That was 2022, November. And my daughter started that one. So that is a Whimsy Girls Christmas colouring book. Then Enchanted Halloween. I think this has got to be one of my favourites, even though I've not done that many in here. My daughter's done that one, which I think looks awesome. I love her bricks. I did this one. I had a massive mistake by her eye. Was really not impressed, but I love the dark blue and the pink together. And I think there's some metallic silver on the web as well. My daughter's done that one. August 2023 she's put on it. I did this one last year. Love the way that one turned out with the purple sky against the orange. I think I did that one the year before. Lots of metallic watercolour paint. I love the red witch. So much fun. And there's glitter in the sky there as well. That is all I've done in that book. That one's one of my favourites. Ugh. Then we have Fairy Tale Princesses and Storybook Darlings. And I'm not sure I've done much in here either. It's because I've mainly been focusing on my Enchanted Faces. So these have been a little bit neglected. That's what my daughter did. She started this one, which is Peter Pan. I did this one. This was the first one I did in this book. And there's some enchanted shimmer on the water and some on her dress. I love the way her hair turned out. I did that one I think last year, so again a Wizard of Oz page. Love the sky in the Emerald City. Oh, I've done that one as well. Aladdin. I like the yellows and the purples in that one. And that is it. That is all of my Hanna Lynn books. Too many books and not enough time. That is what it is. So I've got 8 of her books, 5 large versions and 3 small pocket ones. But I'm hoping to get Enchanted Faces finished in 2025. So then one of my goals for 2025 is to touch all of my colouring books. So doing at least one page in all of my colouring books this year. So I am going to need to colour in those at some point. And I did pull out the mermaid one to do this month, but I don't know whether I'm going to get to it. So that is all my Hanna Lynn. So the other book in my series for my A to Z is for H is Hanna Karlzon, and we're going to look at all of those now. These are in no particular order. We're going to start with Magical Dawn. Now these are my favourite versions of her books, the kind of larger size. The paper is so good, and I find that with Hanna Karlzon I can do my most creative work in them, because I can chuck anything at the paper and it generally works really, really well. What I like to use in Hanna Karlzon is Black Widow pencils, watercolour, Inktense, anything really. So we will start from the back, and it's really nice to look back, because I think some of the Hanna Karlzon stuff is the stuff I'm most proud of. So we have this one. I did this one last year. This was inspired by colouring Bumblebee. I saw her do a white-haired person, I think in Party or something else, and I was mid colour on this when I saw it, and I'd done the flowers and I was really stuck about what to do with the hair. And when I saw her white hair, I was like, yes, that's what I'm doing. So white hair, which is the first time I'd ever done that. The background is oil pastel. Again, I just got them, I was playing, and I fixed it, I think, with Mod Podge over the top, so it's kind of like a sheen to it, and I actually quite like that. I need to be a bit more daring with my oil pastels because they work really well, especially on this paper. So yeah, really had fun with this. This was a Black Widow skin tone. I hadn't done skin tone with Black Widows. I've only really got a combo for polychromos, but I felt this was a bit orange, but you know, you gotta keep experimenting. So that was that one. Then we have this one. Now this is a chalk pastel background with galaxy glitter over the top in silver, and I like this one. I kind of tried to get a glow around each perfume bottle with the chalk pastel, and I think I achieved that. So that was fun. There's lots and lots of glitter on that page. I can see lots of bleed. See lots of bleed there. I can feel the pages coming. There we go. This one I completely saturated in watercolour paint, and the paper, I mean, it's quite wrinkly on the back, but it's really held up, and I really like this one, particularly like the way this is all blended together. I love the way I did this top of this bottle. It really looks like a crystal. A lot of fun had with that one. That one was good. I can grab hold of these pages so I can flip a bit quicker. This one was one of the first ones I ever did. I loved how I could achieve the yellow flowers. This is a TBC silky crayon, kind of around the outside. Lots of glitter on the roofs for that one. This was an epic page, and it took forever. I love the way the peacock leaves and these flowers contrast. Skin tone didn't quite work, but I hadn't quite done it before. Tattoos are in Staedtler fine liners. Then the background is, I think it's Distress Inks with some pixie powder over the top, which gives this kind of iridescent feel, but it does bleed really badly. I'll say that there's nothing on that page, but there is a little bit on this page. It's not bled that badly, but I did get in a complete mess with it and got it all over her face. But I am really proud of this page. I think I could do better with her eyes now and get greater depth in them. So yeah, that was kind of experiment, but it was a fun, and I got in a middle. It's gotten all over these pages. I'm such a messy colorist, it's unbelievable. Then this was another first in this book. I was really scared about, oh, where's it gone? I was really scared about doing this jewel, but I think it worked really, really well. This is Magic Fly Iridescent Acrylic Paint. It's like a Mars. It's called Mars, so it's got like this gold hue to it. Then this is KJ designed by Karen. Metallic watercolor. There's red stickles. I just love this. One of my favorite pages. I think my favorite pages of all time are probably in Hanna Karlzon books. This I was doing a limited color palette for, and I found it really, really tricky, particularly when I came to doing the background. I think the background I could have got greater depth on and maybe done it this darker purple rather than the turquoise. But it was still fun to do. There's lots of there's silver Winsor & Newton ink spatter in the background, and that is everything in Magical Dawn. Then we have Seasons. This is another of my favourite books. I don't know which one Hanna Karlzon book is my favourite, but I've got some really fun pages. So I think this was from Christmas last year. I remember doing the leaves and feeling really happy with like the fur and how I made them thicker. I like all the fact that the ornaments kind of match. And then I went a bit crazy and did this yellow. Not sure it worked. I think it's a TBC Silky Crayon background. I just wanted to get this kind of illusion of Christmas lights and it being very warm, but I just think it was a bit too yellow. But it's fine, you know, whatever. This was an epic page. This is acrylic. I didn't start off being acrylic. I've got a feeling it started off as a watercolour background and then I was like, nah, it doesn't work. And I think I went over it with something. Can't remember what. And it took ages to get all the snow effect on the house. Lots of sparkle on here. I don't know if I do it in the same way now. This one I really like. I wanted very snowy page. This is don't know what kind of background that is. Feels like acrylic, but I think that's because of the Enchanted shimmer top coat. So it could be watercolour. And there's some spatters on that in the background as well. Then we have this one. This was a challenge. I think you had to be a green skinned witch. I had fun with Distress Oxide for the background. And there is some Stickles glitter glue on her hat. I enjoyed that one. Then this was a buddy colour. This has got the Magic Fly iridescent acrylic and it's got two different colours. It's got Mars and then like this purple on the top. Had a lot of fun with this one, even though it's a spider and spiders freak me out. But again, I like the jewel. And we have this one. This has got glossy accents on the bottle. Very different colour palette for me, but very, very enjoyable. And this has got gold. Not sure if it's ink spots in the background. Then we have this one. This is a full colour along on the channel, which I will put up here. Very fun. Really enjoyed it. Got glossy accents on the perfume bottle again. Stickles in the background, and this is a TBC silky crayon background, but I really enjoyed doing that one. It's lovely and colourful. This I think was my first ever Hanna Karlzon portrait, and this background is fully watercolour, no bleed. Look at that, look how amazing that is. And that was again completely coated with watercolour paint, and there's white ink spatters in the background. Yeah, I like the skin in this. It's very very pale, but I think it gets the drift. It's quite a gothic page. And that's everything in Seasons. So there's a lot of different mediums that I use in Hanna Karlzon books. Then we have Daydreams. Daydreams was the first Hanna Karlzon book I ever got. I don't know why, maybe it's just because it was the first one she released. I can't remember. So I have done this page. Very unusual page for me to pick. Don't know why I did it. This looks like a watercolour background, probably maybe Neocolour 2. And it's got some gold cosmic shimmer texture paste in the background. I love the colours I've achieved on the chicken. Cockerel? Is it cockerel? Don't know. Chicken, cockerel? Don't know. Love the colours I got on it. It was a fun page and very different colour palette with the green background for me. Now, I think this was my first experimentation with watercolour. Didn't go so well. Not my favourite page. Would do it very differently now. Then we have this one. This one wasn't my favourite page either. This is, I think, could be Neocolour 2, could be Inktense, and it's got some lots of glitter on it, but I do like the way the crystals turned out. My cat just then, he's coming to inspect. Then this was Mermaid last year, and I absolutely love this page. This again is completely and utterly watercolour background. Little bit of mess, but not too bad. And the skin was a tutorial, fantasy skin tutorial, which was brilliant. Absolutely adore this page. Love the background of it, but I'm very messy and got over all the pages again. I think this was the second portrait I ever did. This is a Magic Fly iridescent acrylic paint again. It's got two different colours, the black and like blue, and I like the butterfly wings. I've seen this page done several times, and it's amazing how different they look each time. This was the first page I did when I was trying out all my pencils. Yeah, 16th February 2022, gosh. And it was a chalk pastel background. This I did as a full colour along on the channel fairly recently, I think 2 months ago. I will link it up here. Loved this page. This was a Neocolour 2 background. I think this was Neocolour 2 as well. This was a full-on metallic watercolour, and this was just such a glorious page to do. Can't remember when I did this one. Not sure what I've used. It looks like a colour, and then this is a watercolour paint. But I remember this ship causing me a massive headache. And that's everything in Seasons. Not Seasons, Daydreams. Gosh, you can tell I'm tired. Then I have Summer Nights, which I have just bought, or it's been given to me as a gift for my birthday. I'd seen lots of really lovely pages in this book, and it just inspired me to get it. I've got this and Spirit Animals on my list as well. I've just seen so many nice pages, and I got it second hand, and it's absolutely pristine. I couldn't believe it. When you buy second hand, I bought second hand before, and there have been a substantial amount of pages coloured, even when it said it's in good condition. This hasn't even got a bashed cover or anything. The paper does feel a bit different. It's shinier, so I don't know. But yeah, so I've got Summer Nights, and that's untouched, but it won't be for much longer. Then we have 3 of the newer version books. We have Witches Cottage, Midnight Masquin, and Tales from the Forest Kingdom. And I have got another book actually that I've completely forgotten about. So we're going to start with Tales from the Witches Cottage. This one I absolutely loved. This was, I think, a watercolour background. And it just worked beautifully, and I love the juxtaposition of the purple against the orange with the black. And this I think I did in October just gone, so that was one of my favourite pages. This I think was a body colour. This was definitely inspired by an image I saw on Instagram. This is a TBC Silky Crayon background, and I drew in the kind of sun setting, but that was a fun page to do. Get that back in. What's this one? This was a full colour along on the channel. This again is a full watercolour background. I like her hair with kind of the purple tips. There's lots of sparkle. Stickles glittered gel in the background, and a metallic watercolour outside rim. But that was a good one, and that's a full colour along on the channel, and I will link that there. And then I also did this one. This is a Distress Ink background with lots of water spatters over the top and lots of bleed through. So that's Tales from the Witches Cottage. Then we have Tales from the Forest Kingdom. I've got a really annoying flying here. It's quite a large one. This I did last month for my April completed pages. It's a Distress Oxide background with a stencil, and I just like the limited colour palette of that. And that's a Crayola Super Tip background for what I believe is a mirror, but who knows. This was one of the first pages I did. This was a Magic Fly iridescent acrylic paint. Again, there's 2 different shades in there. That's a watercolour background, and this is a Black Widow pencils. It's primarily Black Widows I use in Hanna Karlzon books. Then this one was fun. This was a watercolour background. It was metallic watercolour. I think there's an Enchanted shimmer top coat over the top of it. And again, I was experimenting with portraits. There's lots of metallic paint on there. And this one didn't really work for me. I think there's too much colour. I think the toadstools take over the thing and you just lose the fairies. But there's lots of stickles on the toadstools, but it just didn't really work. That was Tales from the Forest Kingdom. And then we have Tales from the Midnight Masquin. I've not done many in this one at all. This one was the first one I ever did. I like colouring cakes and sweets. This was another one. This is a chalk pastel background, and then I rubbed out some circles. I like the limited colour palette of that one. Lots of metallic paint. This one I absolutely love. I love the drama of it. This is a gelato background with black paint spatters, and I made a complete and total mess. I'm going to extend the background over to here and try and make this mask the same as this, and I may just do her really dramatic and make her black. I don't know yet, but I love that page. Oh yes, this one I did fairly recently. I think I did this in March. I want to say March. This is a TBC Silky Chrome background with some stickles. Love the yellow and the purple combo. And then we have a gold metallic water paint for the mask. And this was a present from my husband on our 30th wedding anniversary. And then I have one more book, which is Party, which is the books that Hanna Karlzon did for children, I think, where she lives. So these are a little bit more simple, but the images are still lovely. That was the first one I ever did. Lots of metallic gel pen, washi tape. And this one has got a pink iridescent watercolour in the background, and I just love this bunny with his little pink donut. He's so cute. I think that's it. Oh no, I've done that one as well. I think that was the first one I did. Lovely cake. So that's it. That is all of my Hanna Karlzon books, and I think some of my best work is in her books, which is extraordinary. But the paper is so good that you can just have so much fun experimenting. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you all again soon. Happy colouring.